Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with IBA Pro's Al Siesta. Al, we're going straight into this. The last event lives long in the memory in Turkey. Lots of stars from the boxing world and the media were present to not only witness the convention, but also Jazza Dickens' victory as well, to emphatic KO victory. Just talk me through your reflections of that great event.
Listen, the event was fantastic. First of all, how are you?
I'm good. I'm very
James,
good.
you okay?
All good.
Brilliant, man. Nice to see you, man. Long time no speak. Listen, I was very satisfied with an event. It was great, lots of celebrity, great turnout, fantastic weather, lots of beautiful people. I was really happy. It was a great summer day as well, and then summer evening. And they're good, the strongest man won on the night, really. That's what it was. Albert was fatigued. He kind of didn't turn up because I saw him how exhausted he was at the weigh-in, and I was thinking it was playing on my mind that Jazza was really fired up for that. And the right man won on the night, as I said. Delighted for Jazza Dickens because he has an opportunity at kind of final stage of his career to become an interim world champion. The best thing ever happened to him. And again, you're never there before you're there, and it could happen at 36. It could happen at 21, or it could happen at 40. So delighted for Jazza, and I'm sure he's got a couple of big fights coming up. We're kind of working on some fights for Jazza Dickens. Great event, great victory, great memories, you know.
And looking forward to another event on the 6th of October, Kuzman versus is it Khalidov? Al, what can we expect in terms of this matchup? Is it any way similar to Dickens and Bata Gaziev in terms of skill and in terms of the matchup? I know that you're very much your staple is to make a 50-50 fight. Is that what we've got in prospect here?
Let me tell you something about Khalidov. The pronunciation actually, Murad Khalidov,
Mhm.
but let's call him Khalidov, English way. So Khalidov is a very popular fighter in Russia because he is known as a martial artist, MMA guy, bare knuckle guy. There's also a form of boxing and MMA gloves as well, some sort of pop MMA, and so on and so forth. Let me just switch this off very quickly. Just bear with me. Let me just put the sound out. Yeah, so we're not getting interrupted. All right, and Kuzmin, we all know Kuzmin well. Kuzmin fought Martin Bakoli. Who else Kuzmin fought? Remind me, he beat someone. I mean, I think David Price, maybe. Am
Yeah,
I right?
that's
He
what I was
beat
gonna say.
David Price. David Price retired. So Kuzmin is a very competent operator. The guy who dropped Joe Joyce in the amateurs, you've seen him won by KO. I think he caused lots of problems in the amateur, and he's very tough competitor in the professional ranks as well. So Khalidov is a cult fighter. He's a bit like Dave Allen of Russia. Maybe I'd say a bit more vicious than Dave, although Dave had some great KO wins. So very similar kind of cult figure and great. So I don't know if you know, he was a young guy. He was a big promise in the Russian national team. Then he kind of was hanging out with wrong people and ended up in prison for a long time. I don't know what it was, maybe armed robbery, maybe something like this. So during young years, and spent a long time in jail. And came out of a completely new man, kind of reflected on his life, working with youth now, sending a very interesting message. He's a very religious guy, and he's very strong. I mean, he found second wind in his career, and he's a bit of a cult figure now, you know, this kind of controversial figure. And that's why this fight is very interesting in Russia, you know. And Khalidov, you can't write him off, although Kuzmin has great amateur pedigree and a really good technique, and he can bang a bit. Khalidov is also very competent. Obviously, Kuzmin probably is a favorite in the fight, but you don't write Khalidov off because he knows how to put your lights out. Trust me,
What's the
you know.
expectation for the undercard too, Al?
There's Georgi Chelaksayev, the super lightweight, fighting Sorokhanian. Both very competent. I think Chelaksayev is number 2 super lightweight in Russia after Hariton Agarba, top 50 fights on BoxRec. Maybe has a couple of losses on his record, really competent. Something like this. I'll look up at the record, so I'll tell you about Chelaksayev. He's very good. and something like 21-2 or something like that. I'll find out. Chelaksayev. Right, Georgi Chelaksayev. He's 24-2-1. So he's got 24 wins, 16 by KO. He can really bind this kid. 2 losses and 1 draw. He's number 29 on BoxRec. He's 31 years of age. He can really fight. He beat lots of good people. Good people. He needs a great opportunity, and he is practically on top form. He's on peak of his form. I mean, he's peaking right now. He's at the top of his career right now. So really, I need to do something for him and fight against Sorokhanian. Is it competitive? Yes. Is it 50-50, 60-40, I'd say, because Sorokhanian is very competent, but probably not as good as Chelaksayev, but it's a bit of a cult fight as well because people know both. They had great careers. And yeah, so I'm excited about the card. It's quite a big card for Russia, I tell you, because they are all very known. They're broadcasting fighters. Each of them could be headlining a show on Match TV. So there's also quite a novelty fight. We call it pop boxing. A bit like Misfits, but the levels are good. So we've got cross martial artist boxing. So we've got Kamil Karate, which is in English will be Kamil Karate, as the biggest martial artist of Tajikistan, who is a karate master. He was in China, he was in Japan, he was fighting in the United States. He's now boxing on the card in 4-rounder against Ushu Master, which is another guy very known for Kung Fu in Russia, who is also MMA fighter, quite well known. And they both gonna box because that was my idea. They got big following. They sell huge tickets. One of them from St. Petersburg and another guy coming from Tajikistan training in Moscow with Khalidov to cause commotion with the media. And Khalidov is supporting him and kind of being a boxing partner for him and supporter in the gym. So it's a really good novelty fight, which could be quite brutal because they both really know how to fight. They're not particularly great boxers, but they know how to defend themselves. Let's say that. So they're good guys.
Jumping back to the main event, Al, in terms of
Yeah.
Kuzman and Khalidov. Um, when it comes to matching 2 Russian fighters together, what is the difference to matching 2 Russians together to matching 2 British fighters together, given your experience and establishment within matchmaking within the
Yeah,
UK?
sure. Sure, that's a good question. It's quite a different experience because Russian fighters, and this is not because I'm in Russia currently and promoting in Russia, Russian fighters are hungrier in general. They are hungrier. Sometimes when you offer a date, that all the fighter wants to know in Russia is date and the money. Sometimes you can ask, don't get asked a stand. So say, for example, you say, no, he's a southpaw. I just wanted to tell you. He's saying, and like, what, how relevant is that? I mean, when you fight on the street or when you're fighting someone, you don't pick and choose the stance, isn't it? That you just fight whatever it comes in any form it comes, you would fight it. So they're less picky. They're probably cheaper, and it can get really brutal because they had hard life, and it's very interesting. Although I love British boxing, and British boxing sometimes delivers incredible things, it is probably cheaper and it less picky. That would be the main differences.
Not only that, got to look forward to that October 6th show, but also the World Championships. What can you tell us about that as well, Al?
Listen, there are some good cards as well. I mean, look, and first of all, this next card is not quite October 6th. Next card is on 26th of September in Ufa. And it's a Ural Mountains kind of region. And there's a IBF number 6 is fighting against WBA number 15. It's Subkanhulov fighting against Aganes Uzlan. They both very well rated, but it's a very trade fight. The boxing fans in Russia know exactly who they are. and broadcaster knows who they are, but general public is completely unaware. I'd say it's a very trady fight. You need to be a boxing fan, but the undercard is very strong, and there's a supermodel called Azalia Aminova, who is also, I think, either European or world champion. She looks fantastic, beautiful, tall, slender, blonde girl who can really fight at the highest level. She's got massive following in media, and she's from UFA, and she's on the undercard. So that, on those merits, broadcasters snapped that event. So 26th of September, we've got UFA. Then on the 6th of October, we've got St. Petersburg with Khalidov and Kuzman. On the 6th of November, we've got Russia, the sporting motherland, is a big festival. And we have big event there in Samara. Then we've got Dubai on the 12th of December. I can't announce, but that will be an absolute mega Istanbul kind of quality card with world title fights on the card, big international card, Brits, Americans, and that's what I'm aiming to kind of offer to international broadcasters. And that will be during the World Championships, potentially, which we will announce shortly, but I can tell you that World Championship, Men's World Championship, IBA, will be probably the best amateur world championships you ever seen. I can tell you that now.
So are you saying it's going to be like what we experienced in Turkey?
Brother, it will be probably better, and it's over 10 days. It will be incredible. When I tell you the prize money, I won't tell you now. I might tell you. I can't announce the dates or anything, but the prize money are huge. Huge.
Looking forward to more
Man,
details
it's brilliant. It's
as
brilliant. I'm
they
looking
come.
forward to it.
Same. Just want to turn your attention to this weekend, but you've also got a vested interest in terms of Pavel Sulyagin, who's eyeing potentially the winner or fights around at the top of the tree in super middleweight. But first of all, Al, 50-50 fight, would you call that between Canelo and Crawford?
Absolutely. How can I? How can I say any different? It's an absolute 50-50. Crawford came to a weight really in really good condition. He's really strong. I saw him and Canelo actually the same height. Yes, Canelo is stockier, but listen, once upon a time, Canelo was a welterweight as well. I think Terence Crawford grew into the weight fantastically. Looks shredded at that weight. Probably faster than Canelo, possibly. Canelo probably has more impact and more power. In terms of speed, I don't know, although Canelo is quite speedy as well. But he has this ability and has tendency to load in on his punches, Canelo. Terence Crawford proved in the past that he has one-punch power. Kell Brook, David Avanesyan, so on and so forth. He can knock you out. Canelo in the past shown that his chin, granite, but not that granite, he could be hurt. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I'm a fence sitter here. I'll be sitting on the fence enjoying. I don't want to make any predictions. I don't want to make myself look a fool. So I'll be just enjoying the fight. And I wish both guys a luck, you know.
Well, in terms of Pavel, where do you want to kind of see him match next within the division? Are you looking at Brit opponents? Are you looking at someone like an Mbili? What are you looking at?
Listen, I'm just looking. There's Hamza Shiraz, there's Billy, there's Charlos, there's Ozzy Iglesias, who is incredible. He's scary. That individual is scary. I've seen a few of his fights. I matched a couple of his fights in the past. He goes through people like knife through butter. He's unbelievable. He was a great amateur. He's got big power. We've got Callum Simpson here. Well, I'm just looking. Diego Pacheco, Kevin Saggio. I mean, listen, Munguia is brilliant, brilliant division. Silagin, once upon a time, a few years ago, Samson Levkovich actually offered me a fight when Silagin was number one at WBC against David Benavides, believe me or not. And he made a great offer to me. And I passed it to the management. And I remember for whatever reason, it didn't happen, but that was a great opportunity for Silagin. Silagin is very competent. He is good from every single on every angle. He's very competent. He is not a killer in terms of, he doesn't have concussive power, but he is very competent. And again, remember Dmitry Bivol against Canelo. Someone brought him as an opponent and he made a fool out of Canelo. He dominated in every single department, and that was his time to catch some stardom. And that's after that situation, everyone became interested in Bivol and his style of boxing. When Matchroom picked him up and made him an absolute star. So you never know. You get those Eastern European, Russian fighters that they look nothing, but suddenly you realize how good they are, you know? So Silagin, one of those, he's very competent, really hard to pin him down. He great feet, great IQ, relentless, claustrophobic, very spidery. He's got great style. He's a nightmare to fight for anybody.
Yeah, just to pick up on something, not many people mention when it comes to matchmaking Iglesias' name. Is that just testament to you and not looking to dodge challenges, but wanting to make the best fights?
Listen, if Osley Iglesias come our way and the money are right, why not? Listen, for one, there comes the point when you need to test yourself. If you want to be the greatest, you can't be picking and choosing, you know? So every division has that killer they have to face. So that's the situation. And Silagin is the kind of guy, he's very solid inside and out. And I can't imagine him contemplating for long when he got offered a good fight.
Has Suyagin got that fight coming up? Just remind me.
He has. He has. Yeah, Silagin will be fighting, I tell you. I mean, have we matched him already? Yeah, well, I think I'm looking for the opponent for him at the moment. He's fighting very soon. And I think he's fighting an Argentinian guy. I'm not sure if we signed a contract already, but Silagin always wants to fight. You remember you asked me about the matchmaking? It's never enough for Russians. They would fight, and about 3 weeks later, they want another fight. So they always want to fight. They're hungry fighters, and that's the beauty. And otherwise, it doesn't make sense. They are not hunting glory. There's no fighters that working with IBA with us that glory hunters. Absolute pleasure to be working with them, you know. So Silagin is fighting very soon.
I'll leave the final word with yourself, whatever you want to leave it on, and also a nod to the social medias for people who can find updates on IBA Pro and the upcoming fights and schedule.
It shares some love with Al Siesta as well. Al Siesta, Instagram, I don't know, Facebook, whatever it is, guys. I'm trying to grow my following. I'm promoting properly full time now. I'm less of a matchmaking duty now, and I'm enjoying. And I'm hopefully will be coming to the UK very soon. I'm speaking with various partners. We've got lots to offer. Great talent from across the world, and we ultimately love boxing exactly the same way as you do. So cool, brother.
Al, pleasure speaking to you. Thanks for speaking to Seconds Out. Looking forward to your next events.
You're welcome, bro. Thank you so much. We'll speak very soon.
Thanks, Al.